It's time for our big game preview, Dave. Let's pull up the matchup on screen here. It's Seahawks -4.5. Our total's 45.5. What does the model say?
We've got, let's see, 53.2% to the over, 1.3% edge, best odds -108 on FanDuel, 38.0% of the Patriots to upset the Seahawks. That is 4.1% edge, best odds at +195 on BetMGM. Fair at +160, so pretty good value there. Would be a play by our model up to that as well. And then Patriots +4.5. Model has held strong on this for almost 2 full weeks. 60.3% probability, 9.1% edge. Best odds of -105 on DraftKings. So overall, basically no movement over the past 2 weeks since the opening line, which was 3.5, then quickly 4.5. So if you waited, you didn't miss out. You can get the Patriots at the same number, at the same value on the money line or the spread. Seahawks wise, same thing, although models does not have any value as far as betting the Seahawks in that regard. Not always the case. Sometimes we see a lot more movement than this. Could still change between now and Sunday. We'll see if anything major happens. I don't think we'll see any type of injury news or updates like that, but perhaps some obscenely large bets or money comes in on one side and things shore up a little bit. But I will mention that depending on when you are listening to this, you can get the Pats +4.5 for even money on BetMGM. They have it's on the featured page, a boost from -105 to +100. So if you have that, that's the best odds you'll find on the standard line between now and then, without a doubt. So you won't get plus money on it otherwise. So yeah, if you're gonna bet the Pats and you haven't yet, go do it there at BetMGM where you can get it for even money. Spread wise, my personal thoughts on this game haven't changed at all. I'll save my picks for the end of this preview when we make our own personal leans. But the high probability on the spread, 60.3%, feels like a really good number. Not seeing that change throughout the 2 weeks makes me feel even better about it. You know, if it were tightening up a bit, maybe we'd think the model was misreading something at first, but it's held completely strong here, even as the odds have shifted a little bit. But the line stayed strong. And, you know, we talked about this on, what was it, the first Super Bowl look. We talked about some trends. It is only a trend, which effectively means nothing as far as future results. You know, what Team A did when they were 4-point dogs in Super Bowl 12 or whatever doesn't mean anything for what the Patriots will do as 4.5-point dogs in this game. But a favorite has not covered the pregame spread of 4 or more points since the Colts versus the Bears in Super Bowl 41. This is Super Bowl 60. That's a pretty long time. Only, I think, 4 or 5, or maybe I should have put that in my notes. I had it on Tuesday's episode, the number of teams that were that long of a dog, but it just does go to suggest that teams maybe overlooked a little bit, even though they reached the Super Bowl, being underestimated, even though they're against a theoretically superior opponent. And you got to wonder if that feeds the beast at all. You know, I'm starting to get a little worried. Fortunately, I don't have anything invested in the Seahawks. It is my personal lean, and it's what we've got in our playoff bracket challenge for the Dimers entry. But I'm getting a little worried that all the media, you know, kind of fade on the Patriots is just putting the biggest chip on their shoulder. Maybe they come into this game playing just a little bit harder on every play. Your gut would tell you that does factor in. And it certainly feels like everybody's factoring the Patriots out except for Pat's Nation. So food for thought there, you know, if that kind of intangible factor changes anything. But historically, this number and the Dimers projections on this number very much in favor of the Pats to cover the spread.
Yeah, I think it's all fair points here, and I share many of the same sentiments as you. I still have not been pushed off my belief a week ago that Seattle is the better team. I also keep staring at the points and staring at that sweet spot high edge tag that we have on Patriots money line in the model. I mean, really, truly, the way I've operated for about a year now is anytime you see anything with both a sweet spot and a high edge in the model, you should add it to your card. So I wonder if I'm going to kick myself for this. I think even, you know, betting Patriots pregame feels like it's the wise side to be on here. and then maybe they get out to a 7-0 lead, and you might have some hedge opportunities or even some middle opportunities on the Seahawks. That's definitely something I'm going to play as far as the spread in this game. I'm going to be on Patriots plus 4.5 before kickoff, and kind of hope that they get out to an early start, and maybe I can try a middle with Seahawks money line. But as we get closer to the game, I just really expect this to be a good game. And I'm also looking at that over because I think the Seahawks are going to score. That offense has been humming for so long. It's really, does Drake May keep up? Yes or no? And our model certainly believes so. If he does, we could be in for a better game than people expect.
Yeah, I definitely hear you there. 53.2% probability to the over. I don't like to go against the model. Unfortunately, it's only a 1.3% edge, so I don't feel as guilty saying this. But I can't help but at least shy away from the total. Maybe just not play it at all. But I just don't have enough confidence really in the Patriots offense to put up the points needed to go over. I think their best chance in this game is to keep it low, extend drives, keep Seattle's offense off the field as much as possible. And Seattle, we've seen that offense be a juggernaut this year, but I don't know if against a good defense on a very big stage, it's going to carry to the over on their own. So it's my own personal feel in that regard. But I kind of hope the Patriots get out to like a 10-0 deficit, and you can bet them live. You'll get a much better number. And then they're still in play for the cover anyway. Might give you a little bit better of a chance there. Mentioned this on the Tuesday show as well, but the Patriots only faced one top 10 passing offense this year in the Bills. Josh Allen went off in those 2 games. So they're kind of in uncharted territory here against a player like JSN and an offense with this kind of ceiling. So I don't know if they're going to be able to limit, Seattle's offensive output. Sorry. Chance of an upset at 38%. Models, like I said, makes that fair at plus 160. Certainly in play. Patriots are just the 4th team in 50 years to reach the Super Bowl at the long shot odds that they have, 80-1 preseason. I think we said this in one show that only the 99 Rams converted that opportunity into a title. Never say never. However, history just doesn't really point to a team at that preseason expectation seeing it ultimately come to fruition. But again, trend's just a trend. And even if it only happened once in 50 years, it can always happen a second time. And, the way that the Patriots have gotten here, I don't think anyone should be surprised. I think you can feel good about Seattle, pretty much any part of the line that you're on in that regard. But you just can't be surprised that the Patriots do come out here and keep it close or even upset the apple cart.
Yeah, makes sense. History tells us it's very hard for a pre-Super Bowl favorite of a sizable amount to just waltz to the finish line. It really hasn't played true in a very, very long time. And that's not the only way that New England is trying to disprove history here just a little bit. I love this note. New England, just the 4th team in 50 years to reach the Super Bowl after opening at 80-1 or longer preseason odds. It was only the 1999 Rams who converted that opportunity into a title. So, kind of like you said, Dave, never say never. There's always a time for a first of anything. But I think any sort of historical trend, data, whatever you want to call it, would tell us that this might be more interesting than we think it may be at first glance.
Yep. And that's pretty much our look at the lines, and just say we'll make it official here that the model's best bet in Super Bowl 60 is Patriots plus 4.5. 60.3%, 9.1% edge. Granted, you can get a little value in all 3 of these markets, but with the probability, the edge, and the odds, that would be the best play from the Dimers model. And like I said, if you're getting that, make sure you get it at the even money on BetMGM if you can, so that you at least get yourself the best odds. Although that is probably a limited time boost, so I don't know how long that'll last. Hopefully you could still use that information by the time you hear this. And then all right, Greg, let's make our own personal little leans here. I'll pull up mine first. Pretty much already alluded to what they are, but I'll make it official here from me. I'm going to go with Seattle money line, Pats plus 4.5 alongside the model, and under 45.5 to go slightly against the model here with 24-20, my projected final score. fitting with our 4-point victory for Seattle, just slightly toning it down to a more accessible, reachable, feasible final score.
I like it. All right. We are very aligned on this because I also believe Seattle will win this game. I also am backing the model's best bet for the Pats to cover. And I like the over, as you mentioned. I think I view this a little more of a high scoring game. I do think the Pats offense can get out to a good start. And right now, I just don't see how you slow down Seattle. So give me 27-24 as a final score. The over cashes by about a touchdown. But really, the way I am looking to bet this game pregame, it's all Pats against the spread plus 4.5. I am really hoping we get a 7-0 Patriots start and I can jump in on Seattle live and unload. And we'll see. Hopefully you can get a middle. There would be no sweeter way to end this NFL season than by cashing Pats plus 4.5 pregame, Seattle money live, and riding to the finish line.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great. I'm going to at least sprinkle on my predictions as a parlay. It was like plus 700 for those 3 results last I checked. So, see if I can nail the game script perfectly as a little side play for some action in this game. So that's it. Good little segue there. Don't forget to make your picks in the Dimers app for the Super Bowl. Includes some of these very same questions. Like I said, I believe there are 6 of them. All you have to do is download the app, sign in. You'll be prompted right away to make your picks for the game. 6 questions in total. There's a little tiebreaker there to hopefully make sure we avoid any random drawings. But most points correct will win a $500 grand prize and 3 months of Dimers Pro. So please don't forget, make your picks for the big game in the Dimers app.
Yep. Make sure you take advantage. Jump in while you can. It's a really fun thing that Dimers has put together for any of our Dimers Pro users.